Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on my October Julep Maven box. If you don't know about Julep, info down below. I don't want to make this video go on forever because my videos are notoriously long. So check out the info in the description box below if you want to know more about Julep, about their program, about the different profiles they have, different nail polishes they have, all the above. So I chose for my profile this month the It Girl selection, which was 3 polishes. I can show you what all came in my box because I also selected a few, don't want to drop them, few add-ons. So the It Girl colors are, let's see, let me pull them out. They are Dana, which is this one, Shailene right here, and Ledi or Ledi. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. I want to say Ledi, could be wrong, but these are 3 colors that came in the It Girl selection right here. But like I said, I also picked some add-ons this month. I chose Logan as an add-on, and this is from the Classic with a Twist selection. And then I also picked Nancy, which is from the Bombshell collection. So I also did a, it's only on this hand, I was lazy, I didn't do this hand. I also did a sort of Halloween vampire-esque inspired mani, so I'll show you in the end of the review what I did as well as some close-up photos. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in the review. All right, starting with the shade Ledi. This color is a black pearl shimmer, and I have to say this one is probably my absolute favorite out of the entire collection. It is amazing. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. The first coat on goes super smooth. It evens out. The formula is just fabulous, no streaking. The second coat, absolutely perfect. It is perfectly opaque. It is divine. If you're looking for a nice black polish that isn't matte, I'd say, I mean, even if you're just looking for a nice black polish, it is just stunning. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's got just a subtle hint of shimmer. The shimmer doesn't pick up a whole lot on the nail, but I mean, what can I say? The formula is absolutely perfect. I want to say that Julep just kind of started with this polish for the month and then went on from there to create everything else, because this one, divine, absolutely adore it. All right, next up we have the shade Dana, which is a white with electric blue sheen, and it's also black light reactive. This shade, it's not opaque in the first coat, but it's not streaky. The thing about this color is you want to remember to use as few brush strokes as possible. I noticed if I just did a 3-stroke method, one down the center, one on the left, one on the right, it went on perfectly, beautifully, evenly, no streaking, no pooling. Love the formula. The second coat, absolutely perfect. It's not completely opaque. I mean, you really have to look close to see that it's not opaque. You know, depends on the type of thickness that you apply your polish with. If you apply thinner coats, you probably need maybe 3 even to 4 coats to get it completely opaque. If you use medium thickness coats like I do, you might get away with 2 to 3 coats. I wouldn't recommend putting this on too thick though, because then it might start pulling up on you. But it's a beautiful formula. I really wish the blue sheen kind of came out more. If you see in the photos, you probably can't see it too much. It's a very delicate blue sheen. It picks up so much more in the bottle than it does on the nail, but I think it's absolutely stunning. I mean, I think it's a beautiful polish, a really nice white polish. As far as it being black light reactive, I actually have a black light somewhere, and I swear I don't know where it's at. I've like looked everywhere for it, so I can't say whether or not it's good under black light. As soon as I find it, I'll, you know, update this, I'm sure, update at least my blog and put photos up on there. So you can follow me on Instagram, the Charming Cheshire on Instagram. I'll post photos of it once I finally find that silly black light and take some actual pictures of it. So, but all in all, I do like this polish. I think it's really pretty. I'm happy I got it. All right, the last of the It Girl colors is this shade Shailene, which is a bewitched purple with gold flecks, and it's iridescent. This color is beautiful. It's so funny because it looks purple in some lights, like the base is purple, and then in some lights it looks almost coppery bronze, a dark coppery bronze, but I think it's absolutely stunning on the nail. The formula is a little tricky to work with. It's a little thick, and I want to say that it might be because it has so much glitter in it, but it can go on a little thick. It doesn't even out by itself. You have to kind of give it some love, if you know what I mean, to get it to even out a bit. But definitely, I mean, it's pretty much opaque with one coat unless you've got some streaks in it because you had trouble applying it. But I mean, by the second coat, perfectly opaque. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shade. It's kind of sad that I've actually noticed on Julep's website that it's gotten really, really bad reviews. It only has 2.2 I see, out of 5 stars for 32 reviews. And I want to say it's because people are saying it's so thick and it's hard to work with. What I have found is this polish, you actually have to put a little more on your brush. Because when you first pull it out, you're not going to have enough on your brush. I had to kind of get a little more on the brush, and it seems like I was putting on way too thick of a coat, way too thick, but it actually works out well. You know, apply the thick coat down the center and it looks gloopy and stuff, but then by the time you swipe it around left and right on the nail, it actually does start to even out a bit. And, you know, don't try to overwork it. Don't try to, you know, go over it again and again and again to try to even it out. You know, even out the best you can with as few strokes as possible, and then, you know, by the time you apply the second coat, it'll even out even more. And by the time you apply a nice top coat, it's perfectly fine. So I think it's a gorgeous polish, and if you just know how to work it well, it's definitely worth having. All right, moving on to one of my add-ons, the color Nancy from the Bombshell collection. It is a silvery sage metallic. This color, don't get me wrong, it is gorgeous, but I feel like maybe I already have so many polishes that are very similar to this. I was hoping that the sage would come out a bit more, but it really just didn't. You know, I thought it'd be sort of a green tinted silver, and it is, but it's so subtle. I mean, I look at it compared to my other dark gray metallic, you know, shimmery polishes, and it just kind of blended in with all of them. So don't get me wrong, formula is really nice. You know, it's maybe just a teensy bit streaky on the first coat, barely though, and it's almost opaque in the first coat. And then the second coat, it's perfect. It evens on well. My issue with it is it takes forever and ever to dry. I don't know why. I mean, I had my hand under the fans. I was blowing on it. It just took forever to dry. So, I mean, I think if it didn't take so long to dry, and I don't know why the formula made it so long to dry, and if it had a little more green tint to it, I think I would really, really love this polish. But for now, I mean, it's pretty. Like I said, if you don't have a dark silvery metallic polish, then, I mean, it is really nice, but I probably wouldn't purchase it again if I ran out of it. All right, the last of the polishes that I purchased as an add-on is the shade Logan, which is from the Classic with a Twist collection, profile. The color is a sultry aubergine shimmer. I picked this color really just because of the name. My husband and I, we always said that if we have a son, no, I'm not pregnant, just in the future, that we want to name our son Logan. So I really just picked it for the name. I didn't need another add-on polish. And the color was just, I don't know, because I have issues with Julep's dark polishes. They always just look way too black on me. And this one, I have to say, it does lean a little too black for me. I wish the aubergine shade kind of popped out a little bit more, but don't get me wrong, it's still a beautiful polish. One thing to note that I have learned with this polish is it will not apply well unless you have smoother nails. The first time I applied this, I hated the polish. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was streaky. I thought it didn't even out well. I just was so disappointed with it. And that was even over a base coat, which I was surprised at. The second time I applied this polish, I did this whole treatment of, I used one of those four-sided buffers, buffed down the nail, evened it out, used the second side, buffed it more, then, polished it up, and then buffed it to a nice shine. And then I applied a base coat, and then I applied this polish. Completely different application, it was astounding how different it was. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. The color is pretty, like I said, a little too dark for me, but it evens out really well. And it's one of those polishes that it's a thinner formula. You need at least 2 coats to get it to full opacity, maybe even 3 depending on how thick you apply. But I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful for the fall. I think it's beautiful for this season. I actually ended up loving it more than the other polishes, and I hated it more than the others at first. So I think it's gorgeous. The aubergine doesn't pick up too well in the photos. I'm hoping you can see it, but like I said, it does run a little bit darker, like most julep dark polishes do. But still, all in all, absolutely love it. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the vampire inspired mani that I did for this collection. I used all the shades except for Letty, which is funny because Letty, and that's the black one, is one of my favorites of the collection. But I was just looking at the colors and I was thinking, what does this just feel like to me? And I don't know why, but all of a sudden vampire came to mind. Maybe it's because I was watching my Halloween movies, but anyhow, so this is a close-up of the mani that I came up with. All right, for this mani, I started with a coat of Nail Tech 2 Intensive Therapy as my base coat. I really love this base coat. I think it's great for, you know, problem nails. My nails have an issue with breaking really fast, very quickly, and being really thin, and this base coat has really helped make my nails stronger and last longer without breakage. Then for the shades, I applied 2 coats of each polish that I used. I used Dana on my ring finger. I used Shailene on my middle finger. I used Nancy on my ring finger. And then I used Logan on my thumb and pinky. Like I said, 2 coats each. Now for the design, I actually used a selection of different stamping plates from, I think it's, let's see, Bundle Monster, and that's it. They're all from Bundle Monster, but they're from different collection of Bundle Monsters. I'll be sure to give you the plate number. Now here's a close-up of my nails again. Starting with my ring finger, I used Bundle Monster plate number 215. It had an image on there that kind of looked like bat wings. I thought that'd be perfect for a vampire mani. And I used Conad Special Polish in black for stamping the black images. And I used that on the top of my ring finger. And then for the bats, I used Bundle Monster plate number 13. Number 13. There's an image of 2 bats on there, and I stamped that on the bottom of my finger. Now, for my middle finger, I used Bundle Monster plate number 402. There's an image on there that looked like a coffin with a cross on it. I used Conad Special Polish in white for that stamping. And then I used a detail brush with the shade Nancy, and I filled in the image of the cross in the very center. For my ring finger, I used Bundle Monster plate, let's see, number 07. There's an image that kind of looked like a ring, and I thought it was sort of, you know, goth-esque, kind of, you know, vampire. You always see vampires wearing chokers and fancy jewelry with big jewels and stuff in the movies. So cliche. So I decided to use that image on my ring finger. Once again, just using Conad Special Polish in white. Then for my pinky and my thumb, I decided to go with some cobwebs. So I used Bundle Monster plate number 13 again. It has a cobweb design. I used the special polish, the Conad polish in white. And I just stamped kind of random, I think I did 2 cobwebs on each finger, just kind of layered on top of each other, so it kind of gives a little more 3-dimensional look. And then I also used the spider image from the same plate for my thumb. Just kind of something creepy. But anyhow, those are the polishes that I used, and then I finished everything up with a coat of Sèche Vite for my top coat, which I love it. It makes the images last forever, and I really like using Sèche Vite over Conad stamping polishes. I think it just lasts a little bit longer for me, and you know, it doesn't smear the polish, which makes me really happy. So I'd really like to get into doing real filming nail tutorials for you. I'm sorry I didn't do it. I just don't have a good setup to you know, angle down and film myself doing applying the polish. So, but I will in the future. So I have to take off for work. I hope you enjoyed this video, this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you liked the mani that I created, if you want to see more videos like it, if you want to see some actual videos, like I said, of me applying the polishes and doing the technique so you can watch it sort of live, real time. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. But for now, I think that's it. Happy polishing, everyone. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye.